#1 podcast in the universe today. Here with a very special guest, Champloo Sloppy. What's up, man? How you doing?
What's up, bro?
Excited to do this one with you. Appreciate you bringing us out here to Pueblo.
Yeah, appreciate y'all coming down.
Hell yeah, man.
Young Plebs.
So getting into the interview, just introduce yourself, talk about life growing up, explain to the people what Champloo Sloppy is, man.
I'm Champloo Sloppy. People that don't know, it's named off of anime, Samurai Champloo. It's probably like the best anime of all time. And also, Champloo means mixed up. So it's like mixed up sloppy. It's kind of like a double negative.
Yeah.
On the low, I kind of have my shit together.
Okay, yeah. I seen that too when you were talking about like you went to college and shit. I was like, what? Like, I didn't expect that, you know. And I don't mean to judge or anything, but I was like, oh, okay, all right.
That's the
you
thing.
Are spoken.
I got the name Sloppy. People just expect me to be like some imbecile or something. It's cool when people sleep on you, man.
Hell yeah.
It's the best, like being underestimated and shit.
Yeah, man. I didn't know what to expect coming out here, to be honest. I never really been to Pueblo. I drove through it and shit. I was kind of maybe expecting like some real trap shit, to be honest. And I could see it in you, but you also know how to be like warm-hearted, really opening, and like cool and stuff. So appreciate that, man.
Yeah. I'm glad you came down.
So originally, you were born in New York.
Yep.
But you were raised in North Carolina.
Yep. Talk
about life out there, man.
North Carolina, man. Well, one thing that's still strong in North Carolina is racism on both sides, bro. On all sides, really. Spanish people hate black people hate Spanish people, white people hate these people, this, that, the third. And my mom's a foster mom. She's my real mom, but she's always had kids that needed help, abuse kids and stuff like that, living with us. So we experienced a lot of that shit, man. Just like having black brothers, Spanish brothers, and then like white people around us not fucking with that, looking down on it and shit like that.
See, I've never been over there, so I wouldn't really, even just that whole like eastern side, like I've never been past Chicago, so I don't even know what that would be like. So
it is crazy, like the mind state switch up between East Coast and West Coast. Things are way more laid back around here. It's way more hustle and bustle and like fucking straight to the point on the East Coast. But yeah, North Carolina, I mean, it's like what I said earlier. Like, I feel like anywhere you grow up, you think it's trash. True. Raleigh's rated like the 3rd best place to live in America, and I like fucking can't stand it. So it's
that's like one of the bigger cities out there, right?
Yeah. That's like the capital, but Charlotte's bigger than that.
Oh yeah, Charlotte.
Charlotte's popping too with music and stuff like that.
The baby just popped off out of there.
Yeah, the baby.
Who else? Is
10 cell phones.
Okay, yeah.
Dirty Butt, Paulo is Lame. They're all like, Dirty
Some
Butt. You seen him before?
Yeah.
He does art and shit too. Yeah, they're all like underground, but they're popping, man. They have a good scene going on out there. I think I don't like North Carolina because that's where I grew up. That's where I found out how to become like a decent person. So I wasn't always a decent person. So it's like I'm kind of known for shit that I'd rather not be known for.
Definitely. We all gotta grow for sure.
Yeah. It's cool getting a clean start coming to Colorado and shit.
Yeah. So how long you been out here?
7 years now.
7 years.
I got out of jail. I was like living in a camper, just like this little beat up camper. I didn't really have nowhere to go. And some of my friends gardening weed and hit me up, and they were like, yo, you want to come to Colorado and grow weed with us? And I was like, oh, fuck, hell yeah. So I sold everything I owned and moved here in like 2 weeks, came here with like $200, and then just made it happen from there. They were super helpful. They won the Cannabis Cup. That was cool.
Really?
Got to be a part of that. And then they got endorsed by Waka Flocka Flame for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
He was like wearing their shit, shouting them out, calling them the plug. That was super cool. I chilled with him. He bought us all dinner. He's like one of the most humble people I've been around. Yeah, he's super humble dude, bro. Like, we'll literally sit here and have like a real conversation with you. Like, doesn't seem arrogant and stuff like that. I mean, this was like 5 years ago, but still, he was still huge.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, everyone. I mean, if you're into rap, you gotta know who he is.
Right. How you not? Flyer.
Yeah. But you said you were living in a camper for a little bit at that point, like in North Carolina after jail?
Yeah, after jail, just because I like didn't really have anything.
Like, talk about that like time period in life, like, you know what I'm saying, like that obstacle you had to overcome to get to where you're at now.
That shit was kind of hard. It was kind of dope, bro. To be real.
I feel that.
Like you don't realize how little you really need until you don't have shit. Like, the camper was like a 8x8 camper, and I had my Mac computer in there, and I just made music all day, and somehow convinced females to come chill with me in a camper, bro. You know, like, I guess a lot of other people are still living with their parents, so a camper's better than that. Like,
yeah, I can see that.
But yeah, I just got offered an opportunity, and I took it, bro. I've never been scared to take opportunities, you know. So, especially growing weed, I thought that shit was about to be like some other country shit.
Yeah.
Want to come grow weed?
Come out of North Carolina.
What the fuck? Yeah, I definitely want to come grow weed, man. So I just sailed over here and shit.
I feel like those little jumps you take are so important in life. Like, even today, I'm not even gonna lie, like, before we came over here, and this is obviously, like, not really comparable to that, but I was just like, damn, are we really about to drive to Pueblo to do this interview? I was like, you know, at first, like, you even asked Kelv, I was just sitting there, like, you know, kind of, like, questioning it, because, like, you fell asleep or whatever. I was like, fuck, I don't know. And then I, like, went and sold some gear, because I also sell vintage gear.
Oh, that's
And then I came back, and I was like, bro, let's just go, fuck it. Like, what do we have to lose? You know what I'm saying? Like, every interview we
4
do,
hours.
that's just, every interview we do, that's just going to put us that much further. Like, you know, the networking we're making, like, just the potential to come out of it.
Yeah, it goes both ways. I was like, I don't know y'all. You're like, I'm like, damn, they're coming to the house. Y'all like, can I bring girls? I'm like, hold on, we about to have a party. Like, I'm like, what the fuck?
I feel
but
that.
Nah, I mean, you gotta step outside of your comfortability zone.
Oh yeah, definitely.
To really achieve things, man. It's like I was telling you earlier, that first chore I did, I literally woke up that morning to like 57 calls from my mom, and I found out my sister and my nephew died, and I could have just, you know, been like, well, I'm sad now, I'm not gonna go do this chore, or I could still do it, and I went and did that shit, and you know, everything blew up from there. I made that song Peak about my sister dying. Riff Raff posted it.
Really?
Trapzilla posted it. Toe posted it.
Damn, that's
like, and
that's
things
tight,
just
bro.
really like, you know, if
those moments make you feel so like inspired and just motivated.
Yeah, things are either one of my friends, Ty, said this to me. Things are either the anchor that hold us down or the winds that set our sails.
Yeah.
It's like you can either let things cripple you or you can just like make you stronger, bro.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people are scared to be uncomfortable.
Oh
bro.
yeah.
It's weird. Like,
it's funny that you bring both of those points up, because I posted a picture today and I said, what did I say, Jared? What did I say? I said, oh yeah, there's two types of people in the world. There's the people that, like, you know, come up with every reason they can't do something, and the types of people that come up with every reason they can. And it's your decision at the end of the day. And then, what was the other thing you said just after that?
About holding us down, or?
Yeah, right after you said the holding us down part, you said...
people don't like being uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah, and then...
People are so scared of being
uncomfortable.
That real transition into, like, being a grown-up, having your own spot, your own space, like, figuring out bills, fucking buying everything, toilet paper, toothpaste, damn, all this shit I never realized.
Yeah,
that
how it all
I have to keep up
shit.
with,
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. But, let's talk about some other stuff. The tattoos. You got a lot of tattoos. It seems like you're pretty inspired. They probably have a lot of meanings behind them. Is there something specific you want to talk about?
So like, most of these on my arm and shit are cover-ups, cause like, you know, I was involved in a gang and shit back in the day, and I had like gang tattoos everywhere. And then one day I was like, that shit kind of just makes you a target to police, to people, this, that. So I got them covered. And then, like I said, when my sister died, I kind of just stopped giving a fuck about other people's opinions. I'm like, bro, we're not promised anything. Mm-hmm. You know, like, you guys could leave and I could get in my car tomorrow and die. And then, you know, like, so what does it matter? Why would I live my life for other people?
Yeah, why would you care?
Or anything like that. So, like, most of the tattoos, like the Beautifully Broken, that's tattoos that my sister had on her chest, but my chest is covered, so I couldn't get it there.
Yeah.
The date is the day that she died. 999, a dead god, that's my squad. Well, it's not mine, but it's the squad that I'm a part of. And then Kingdom of Hearts.
Colorado?
Nah, they're back in North Carolina.
Okay, yeah.
But Kingdom of Hearts, the Keyblades I have, because when she died, like, well, first of all, when my brother died before her, that's when the first Kingdom of Hearts came out, and I just played the shit out of that game, to try to, like, keep myself distracted. And then I kind of just resorted back to that when my sister died. I just started playing Kingdom Hearts again. And I also got the Kingdom Hearts and the Totoro tattoo because everybody just kept like throwing up gang signs. I'm in Pueblo, people are always like, "Yo, what you bang, son?" I'm like, "Yo, this is Disney, homie. Like, I'm not doing none of that shit." Like, yeah, right. Like, so I just tried to get other things. Like, I figured, like, you know, if you do watch anime, or if you watch My Neighbor Totoro, like, you have to be a decent person. You can't like watch a movie like that and then like treat people shittily. I think you would self-destruct or something. I'm not sure. Yeah. But yeah, I want to get more. I just like him, bro. It also weeds people out. There's a lot of people that look at me like, "Oh, I can't fuck with him." And I'm like, "Cool, well, I don't want to fuck with you anyway because you're closed-minded." Like,
that's smart.
You know, my mom didn't like him, but she's gonna love me regardless. Like, you know, she wasn't hype on it, but she didn't like, you know, get too mad about it. But yeah, no, it is a good like. Same with the name Sloppy. Like, I remember one time, this girl was like, "What's your name?" And I was like, "Sloppy." She's like, "I'm not gonna call you that." And I was like, "Don't call me then, bitch." Like, what are you talking about? Like, I don't care.
It's just my nickname. Like.
Yeah. People forget that that's not my real name though, because I've been called Sloppy before I was a rapper. Like, that's been my nickname since I was like 13 years old. Nah.
No, okay, you're good.
Nah, my real name's Timothy. It's like super Caucasian. I'm
dead as fuck, y'all not.
No, it's, I don't give a fuck. But no, a lot of people, like, I've had friends that chilled with me for mad long and didn't know my name. Like, they're like, one day they'll just look at me like, "Yo, your name isn't Sloppy." I'm like, "No, it's not." Like, Timothy, I got my own trailer when I was 16, bro. Like, one of my older foster brothers was 18. He was like, "Yo, I'm about to get a trailer." I was like, "Bet, I'm going with you." Because my mom, as soon as I turned 14 and a half, she woke me up, took me to get a worker's permit, told me I was going to start paying rent. Like, she's like, "Yo, you're old enough to work, you're going to pay rent." I was like, "Cool, I'll pay rent. Can I fuck bitches in the house and smoke weed?" And she's like, "No." I was like, "All right, well, I'm just going to move out then." Like, so like a year and a half later, we got that trailer. And I remember like people coming over my house, specifically my friend Lonnie came over for like, probably like 6 months, bro. And then one day he was just like, "Yo, your mom doesn't care that we be having like females over here and smoking weed and doing." I'm like, "Bro, this is my house. When have you ever seen my mom here?" He's like, "You know, I never thought of that." Like, because we were in high school, you know, like I was literally like the only kid in high school, me and my brother, like that had our own spot, like, which was the shit because kids like would buy weed from me and then smoke it all with me because they had nowhere else to smoke. So it was like the double jug and shit. That's back when mid-grade was popping. So I'd get like an ounce for 60, sell half for 80. Like, really jug on people.
I remember that a little bit, like in high school when I was dealing with weed a little bit. I remember that shit.
Yeah, I started smoking young. I smoked in 5th grade, man. The first time I smoked, because I went to that minority school, and it was 5th grade through 12th grade in one school, and my friend Demetrius Johnson, like, I would go to his house afterwards and wait for my mom to get off work because his neighborhood was like right behind the school, so we'd walk home. And every day his older brother and them were smoking, and one day they were like, "You want to smoke?" I was like, "Bet." I remember we smoked in his shed and played Sega Genesis, and like, I had no idea what we just did was wrong until like my mom showed up to pick me up, and his older brother was like, "Yo, don't look your mom in the face. Don't eat anything when you get home. Tell her you're sick. Go to your room." I'm like, "Yo, what's happening right now?" He's like, "Yo, you're high." I'm like, "Yo, what?" Like, he's like, "We just smoked weed, bro. She's gonna be pissed." I'm like, "Oh shit."
We just smoked weed.
Yeah, I'm like, "Oh shit." Like, I had no idea what was going on, and then that was just my shit. Every day after school, we go smoke in the shed and play Sega Genesis.
My first time smoking, I tried taking a hit in like fucking middle school. I didn't even get high because I didn't know what I was doing.
Probably
and then,
didn't inhale and shit. Yeah,
and then senior year I actually started smoking a little bit. But honestly, like, the past year and a half, I haven't really smoked, so I've felt pretty good. But
how do you feel about that? Because like I'm actively thinking about quitting smoking. As weird as that sounds.
Pros and cons. Pros, like, I mean, it's a distraction eliminated. I got a lot more time to just focus. You know what I'm saying? Feel a lot more clear. Save you money. Cons, it sucks when you're with friends. Everyone's rolling
smoking and you want to smoke. Like,
but I mean, it's cool though. I don't know. Let's get into some obstacles. I know you kind of dove into a little bit, But talk about some of the obstacles you faced growing up, you know what I'm saying, and kind of how you overcame them. And yeah, man.
You know, having a single mom is always hard.
Yeah.
I wasn't the oldest in my house, but I was the most sensible, so a lot of responsibility was left on me. But things that we think are bad when we're younger end up being like really good for us as we're older. Like my mom would leave me lists shit to cook. I can cook really well, you know, like because of that. I hated doing it back then, but now I appreciate it. Like when I was real young, until I was like 11, I was pretty highly abused, so that was pretty trash. Like my stepdad, William Vogue, fuck that dude. Like say his name openly.
No free clouds. Like.
Not Facebook. I'm telling me he's a cunt. But,
yeah,
we cuss and shit right now.
Nah, eventually we'll probably have to stop when we get monetized. But for now,
true.
It's just like
whatever. You know, but nah, he did weird shit, bro. Like he would lock me in the closet or beat me and my mom or make me watch scary movies. When I got scared, he would beat me and be like, "Men don't show fear," shit like that. He was fucking weird, dude. So like I had a lot of aggression and anger growing up, you know. And I guess that plus trying to fit in where we were, like in the minority school and stuff like that, like I experienced reverse racism, you know, like like it is what it is. I remember once I went to my friends Miguel and Contrell's house, and like their family was being super cordial and nice and stuff, and then like but it was a little like awkward. I'm like so we go back to the room, we're smoking, I'm like, yo, what's up, like did I do something wrong? Like and they're like, nah, you're just like dead ass the first white person we've ever had in our house. And I'm like, oh like our grandma raised us on roots, so this was like a little risk taking. I'm like, damn. So I mean
I can kind of like feel that in a little way because like I grew up playing basketball and shit. Not completely feel you on that, but like just like I'll be on the court and like with a bunch of black people and like they'll just automatically assume like
you can't play basketball.
White boy, you know what I'm saying? Like keep going, my bad.
It fucks me up kind of nowadays because I'm very opinionated about a lot of things going on in the world, and I'm viewed as like, you know, a white person because I'm white. But people don't understand my background and that, you know, I'm from a foster home and this and that, and like my, you know, I have black brothers and this and that. So when I speak, it's from like a real standpoint, but
Seriously,
people just see it as a white face saying it, and then they'll like take what I'm saying and misconstrue it. They're like, you don't understand. I'm like, well, I do. You know, I
maybe
think,
I might not have the skin color, but I you know, I grew up in scenarios and situations.
I think the biggest downfall right now is the hood cultural mind state. Like I was talking about earlier, how you brought up my Instagram, like what I was saying on, like it sucks that so many people are like, yo, being in a gang is cool. Let's promote gangs, or, you know, like even simple shit like some of my friends doing well in school and my other friends being like, yo, you're acting white. It's like, why? Because they're getting good grades. Like, so called it acting intelligent. Like, you know, like, so, and then when I speak about things like that, sometimes people will misconstrue what I'm saying and twist it into something different. But I think the biggest thing holding people back are themselves, man. Like the mind state that comes with the hood is trash, bro. But I understand it too, because it's like feeling hopeless, feeling that you'll never amount to more than where you live, or working a minimum wage job, or if you see your parents on drugs, you think, you know, oh, I'll probably end up as a drug addict. Like all that stuff is super defeating, man. And it's hard for people to look in on something like that and really understand it from an outside perspective if they've never like experienced it. If you've never seen your family members on drugs, you don't know how to fucking how you gonna tell me to deal with my brother or sister being a heroin addict when you've never had a heroin addict in your family, you know? So I get it from all sides, but
and I feel that like, I don't know, like we were just talking about earlier, like a lot of people just assume like I'm automatically some rich white boy, you know, I had everything handed to me, but it's, you know, I grew up on Section 8. It's really not like that. And I'm not saying, like, I'm the most hood person either. Like, I'm not really in the trap and shit of Atlanta and nothing like that. But, like, you know, I'm not spoon-fed.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I feel you on that.
It's crazy how big racism has become a thing nowadays. Because, like, it's always been a thing. Obviously, racism's always existed since, like, the dawn of man, because unintelligent people will point out the easiest thing they can in another person, which the first thing you see is skin color. But it's like, when I was growing up, like, we just didn't feed that shit any power.
Social media.
Like, we never, like, I cannot, in my, like, I can't name one time when I was younger, like, me and my friends are, like, sitting outside smoking a blunt. Like, man, have you talked about all this racism? Like, it never had, like, it wasn't a subject back then. Like, you just don't give shit power, bro. Like,
and it almost seems like, it seems like a joke. You got, with Trump being the president and stuff, it seems like it's almost like intentionally, like, got us brainwashed, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's weird that you say that, because I've said, like, you know, tripping before. I'm like, you know, when you're tripping, you're thinking deep about things. I'm like, yo, I feel like we were really almost over all this shit. Like, it was getting to a point where, like, people were really getting united and this and that. And then the government was like,
no, we need to stir the pot.
They're like, seems like everybody's getting along right now. Maybe we should fuck shit up a little bit and put this asshole.
We should divide and conquer a little bit.
Yo, like, you know, if we're focused on each other, we can't be focused on them. So.
Yeah.
And you see that in news all the time. You know, they'll like, the same days that they're trying to pass fracking laws somewhere, they'll post some racist shit on a big news network to cover up the fact that they're trying to pass a law or this or that, because you know, negative stuff is a good clickbait, bro. Like,
yeah, definitely. And that's how they're gonna make their money. So getting into the music a little bit. Talk about how you got into music, got into rap, and then I know you were talking about those obstacles a little bit earlier. So what I've noticed is a lot of those times in those moments when you're really deep, you know, you're down, you're depressed, you're sad. Like, at first it's hard to really get out of it. I've noticed myself, like, be really like, fuck, just not feel energized to do anything. But then all of a sudden, like, that motivation kicks in you to, like, take it to the next level. So yeah, talk about that, like the beginnings with music and stuff like that, man. Sorry, that was a broad question.
No, yeah, you're good. Yeah. I feel like with the depression thing, it's like depression is real, bro.
Yeah.
This is the thing, all right? It's kind of like, I told you I watched the Joe Rogan podcast and shit. The episode with Dr. Phil was super interesting. He's like, yo, if you're 30 years old, you live with your parents, and you work a minimum wage job, and you're not depressed, something is fucking wrong with you. You know, like, obviously you should be depressed. But being depressed and using depression as an excuse to not achieve anything is two totally different things. I have all the reasons in the world to be depressed. My brother's dead, my sister's dead, my nephew's dead, you know, like, fucking this, that, the third. I got stabbed 7 times. I went to jail. You know, it's like, I have all the reasons in the world to wake up and say, fuck today. But that's not going to do anything but put myself in a bigger hole. So, like, the only way to climb out of depression and out of the hole is to really just man the fuck up and do something, because, you know, the brain is built off of, you know, reward systems. You when you're depressed and you're not doing shit with yourself, people aren't gonna hype you up because you're not fucking doing shit. What am I gonna commend you about, right? You're not doing nothing. But when you start doing positive shit and you start getting positive feedback, your mind realizes that you're making the difference, and the positive feedback feels good. So you start doing more and more and more.
100% feel that. Even the hate feels good.
Bro, like, I was saying, bro, when I get the DMs from people and they're like, bro, I just don't. Why is your music doing so well? This is the best DM I've got all week, homie. You know why it's doing well? Because I'm not DMing other people asking them why their music's doing better than mine. Like, as far as
that works.
Starting music, I had told you before we started and stuff, like, I went to that minority school, and like, kids told me, like, oh, you can't rap, you're white. And I'm like, all right, well, bet. Like, one thing I don't like being told is I can't do something. I'm like, well, I'm gonna try my fucking hardest now, because you just made it like a limitation in my mind. You know, like, I don't know, people setting boundaries for other people is kind of weird.
Definitely.
So I just started rapping, and once I started rapping, it was a good outlet, like, because that was right after like, we got away from that abusive dude and shit like that. So I used to, like, rap about that, like, you know what I'm saying. And then I really never did it like thinking it was gonna be serious or something that could be like a career move. I just liked making music.
You
something cool. It's like it's a good outlet, it's a good stress reliever, this, that, the third. I can express myself. And then when my sister died, it was kind of just the straw that broke the camel's back. I was like, man, fuck this shit, bro. Like, I can do music. I'm gonna push this shit. And even if I don't blow up, I can at least help other people that feel the way that I feel right now through my music. And
I was talking to Jared's friend about that too. Like, his song "Love Wasted," just like, even though it's not trap, which is what I usually listen to, like, that song just, like, it made me fucking cry the first time I heard it. And when I told him that, it made him feel so good, because, like, I'm sure that's what like artists love to do. You know, they want to make music that really like helps other people.
Influences people. I've had people send me my song Peak about, you know, like a little bit about my life and shit, and they're like dead ass. They'll DM me like videos straight bawling their eyes out, like listening to my music, and they're like, I understand you so much more now. Thank you for making me feel comfortable with what I'm going through, this, that, and like that. There's no better feeling than like knowing I'm actually helping people through music. Like, yeah, I want to make money and shit. That's awesome. Why wouldn't I want to make money? But at the end of the day, knowing that there are certain people on my Instagram that I feel like I've genuinely positively influenced their life. Like, you know, there's people on my Instagram that I've never even met in real life, but we talk on the reg, you know, like, and that's why I try not to say, I don't like the word fans. I don't really like that shit. I feel like I have like supporters. You feel me? Like fans is kind of like an arrogant thing to say to me. Like, I don't have no fans, you know, like.
I don't say I have fans yet, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's weird. It seems like a little big-headed, you know, like. But I definitely have some core supporters. Like, one of the things that made me feel really good was like bigger people admiring my fan basis. Like, you know, Toe is like one of my best friends in the industry, and he's told me before, like, bro, you have such a good support system. Like, when you drop a song, you know, you get 80 story posts that day. It may not seem like a lot, but I'm not a huge artist, so 80 story, like with the number percentage wise, he's like, if I got that many people doing that out of the numbers that I have, like, it'd be crazy, you know, like that real core support system, like, and I appreciate the shit out of it.
I
like,
bet that has to do with just how genuine and like
trying to actually reach back to people.
And open arms you are.
And I'm like not biased at all. I don't care about nobody's preferences. I don't care if you're gay, transgender. I don't care if you're black, white, Asian. I really don't. I just care if you're a decent person. If you're like a piece of shit, I probably won't want to communicate with you too much.
Are you gonna be a positive or negative person?
I have a lot of you know, followers who are like transgender and stuff, and I've dead ass got like, I think it's a weird DM. Like, you know, we've been talking for a while, and then they're like, oh man, I really just appreciate you accepting me for who I am. And I'm like, I don't understand how that would make any difference. Like, you know, I don't care. Like, you know, identify as whatever you want, bro. Just be a good person. Like,
period.
Yeah.
So now that you brought up Lil Toe a little bit, talk about that tour you guys went on with ICP, and then talk about, you know, just the connection you made and like how it was just like real genuine of like him to like, you know, work with you and stuff like that. Because a lot of artists, you know, they're not gonna be out in open arm like that.
They're not. People don't realize that you don't lose no flame lighting. A candle doesn't lose any flame lighting another candle. It just makes the room brighter. You feel me? Like, Toe is like the most genuine and real person I've dealt with in the industry. Like, I told you about how 6ix9ine had DM me that bullshit. Well, like, one of 6ix9ine's people reached out to Toe and was like, yo, we're trying to work. And he was like, nah. Like, he's like, nah, bro, you gotta figure that shit out with Sloppy first, which is super commendable, bro. Like, seriously though, because that could have been a huge power move for him, and he took loyalty over some clout, which is like super fucking rare nowadays. And he was the first person to repost Peak and really believe in me and shit, and then Trapzilla reposted it, and then Riff Raff reposted it. Toe brought me to Trapzilla's house. That's where I met Poya and Smoke Perp and fucking Don Krez.
Perp's one of my favorite artists. I met Krez.
And you know, Perp, like, he's a lot more genuine of a person than you would expect. I remember, like, you know, we chilled for like a week at that house, and then like I saw him like 6 months later. I had cut my hair off.
Was this before he popped off, or after?
Nah, he was big. I all these people were already big, but
shit, if I ever see you, I'm gonna remember you. I can like.
I'm pretty. That's the thing that Toe said too. He's like, yo, you're pretty recognizable, and you stand out to people because I don't know, not to like sound like big headed, but I try to be a genuine person and really connect with people. So I feel like I make a decent impact on people when I meet them and shit like that. But the first tour we did was me, Toe, Cameron Nazi, Subjects, It's Okay to Cry, Nick Prosper, and we just did like a mini run around tour, and then me and Toe just fucking hit it off, you know what I'm saying? We just clicked, and I just fuck with bro a lot. He's super genuine. He's another person, like how you said when you like didn't know what to expect from me because I'm named Sloppy and I look like a hooligan. It's the same with like
Shout
him.
Out Hooli World.
Yeah, right. It's the same with him. Like I'm like, damn, I'm about to be chilling with this dude named Lil Toe.
Yeah.
Who like just totes big ass guns all day and screams at everybody. Like I'm like, this guy's probably gonna annoy the piss out of me. And then he's like super
Lil
cordial
Toe.
and polite and shit. And you know, like,
you can't judge a book by its cover.
No, yeah, it's like I was like, oh wow, I'm really surprised by this. And then we just clicked, man. And then this last tour with Insane Clown Posse, he got offered the tour. And he just asked me to come, and I'm like, I'm never going to turn down opportunities, anything like that, you know. Ben's my producer, let's say he was on the tour too. I'll never, and plus they've been around 27 years. I don't care if you don't fuck with them or not. They're 27 years long, still selling out every show. Bro. That's crazy. I hope that in 27 years I could sell out a show. Like, and they're a wild
group. You can learn a lot
group.
from them.
My homie Ouija Mac, bro, like that dude, he's like the new face of Insane Clown Posse, but he is the most ambitious artist. He's literally dropping a video like every 3 days. Like I don't know how this man is alive. Like how is he working so much? Like and he was just like, me and him clicked really well. I fuck with him hard. There's definitely people, and all of these people pretty much I've met through Toe, Charles Weedle. Big shout out to Charles Weedle, because that was the first person, like when I said I was on the way to Florida when I found out my sister died, that's where I was going. I had hit up Charles. He's a videographer in Florida. He's like does all the best underground people's videos, and now he's working with like Poya, Juicy J and shit, like really getting the shine that he deserves. But
how come I can't find a picture with Toe without the mask?
Oh, because you won't. That's the thing, because the only people that see him without the mask are like real loyal people, bro. You could offer me $100,000 right now, I'm not gonna snitch on Toe. Like that's just above my morals, you know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't do it, bro. And I think he's a fucking genius for that, because like for many reasons, you know, like I was saying earlier, like I got a criminal background, I can't tote guns and videos, but if I had an alternate persona where I could tote guns and no one knew who the fuck I was, they couldn't indict me, because you can't indict somebody that doesn't have a face. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck are you going to do about it? And then two, he can go places. He can go anywhere and nobody knows it's him. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I blow up tomorrow, which would be fucking awesome, I couldn't go to Walmart or anywhere. I couldn't go anywhere because I'm too recognizable. Like, but if I had a mask and nobody knew who the fuck this was, it'd be awesome. Now, I will say,
there's pros and cons.
On the flip side, there's hella cons to it. Like, this man is so scared about going places with me, like going like in public together places, because I'm recognizable and they know that me and Toe are associated with each other. So he always thinks, and the craziest is I've always told him like, yo, it's never gonna happen. Nobody's ever gonna do it. And then one time we were in North Carolina, bro, and he was like, no, I'm staying in the van. I'm staying in the tour van. He stays in the tour van, and these people come up, they're like, yo, that's Sloppy, da-da-da. And they looked at my homie Caps and was like, are you Little Toe? And it wasn't, you know? And he's like, what? I'm like, damn, this is like Toe's biggest fear, and this shit just happened. Like, if he didn't stay in the van, we could have had problems right now. Like, like, but
that's interesting.
And then, like, it's real annoying when he comes and visits. Like, he stayed here for 2 weeks not too long ago, and I, like, have to like politely but rudely tell people like, nah, you can't come to my house right now. Like, like, or I have to tell him like, go sit in the fucking guest room while I have people over. Like, so there's definitely pros and cons to it. But he's like, he's really slept on, bro. Like, just as far as like his all around talents, man can sing, rap, play drums. Like,
did you talk to him about his like come up a little bit and stuff like that? Because it seems like I've been hearing about him for like the past year, but I don't know,
he's only been dropping music as long as me, which is crazy. Really? He's only been dropping music 2 years. Not really, actually. I don't think I've ever. We just clicked off. It kind of felt like I knew him forever. Like we just chill and shit.
What ethnicity is he?
I can't say anything, bro.
Because I'm looking at him like, all right, he may be Asian, he might be white.
You feel me?
I don't even know.
I think it's funny when people say he's white. He's definitely not Caucasian, but but no, it's crazy too, because that's like one of the main people all the time. They're like, yo, what does he look like? Have you seen him without the mask? I'm like, bro, I've spent 3 months with this man. Like, if he kept the mask on for 3 months, like,
you can't
that's crazy. Like, you know, like, I'm like, what the hell? I think about it all the time too, and I've even told him this, like, yo, if you died as you know, like, if you died, could I go to your funeral? Like, because does it matter at that point if people know who you are? Like, Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. I think it's a genius though, and it creates a lot of conspiracies because there's conspiracies about who he is.
Like me right now, I'm like, what the fuck?
People think he's a bigger artist that is just trying to do some other shit and this and that. Like, it's crazy all the things that go with it.
Well, not only that, but it kind of shows that he's not doing it for the attention.
Yeah, like, no, he's not. Like, he just likes making music.
He can literally go out in public wherever he wants and just.
Which is, it's awesome. Like, but I will say that getting noticed is pretty cool too.
Yeah. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I kind of want that. It's not the main reason I'm doing something, but like,
it's scary but cool. Like just the other day, me and Benz were at the Pueblo Mall. And like, you know, Pueblo's a small town, bro. So it's like, I'm starting to get noticed here. I don't know if I like it or not, to be real. But I'm at the Pueblo Mall. And this is hilarious because the crowd effect is crazy. Like, it's late. I was picking up Days Gone, that new zombie game. But I'm like walking in, and this girl's like, oh my God, it's Sloppy. Can I get a picture with you? And I'm like, sure, whatever. And like, I felt super awkward at first. I'm like, I just want to get this video game. And then I'm taking a picture with her, and this old lady, like, she was probably like 50. I don't know if that's old or not. I don't know what the fuck is old anymore. But like, she dead ass looks at me. She's like, "Should I know who you are?" And I was like, "Probably not." Like, not. Probably not. She's like, "Oh well, can I take a picture with you anyway?" And then like, she took a picture with me. She's like, "I'm gonna go show my kids, be the coolest mom." And I'm like, "You're gonna go show your kids?" And they're gonna be like, "I don't know who the fuck that dude is." Like, I was dying. But I took the picture.
Yeah,
I was like, whatever. That shit's tight.
It's marketing anyways. Fucking.
Yeah, that shit's hilarious. Like, I've always wanted to do one of those social experiments where it's like get two big dudes with like security. And have somebody with a camera. We go to Denver. You go to Denver, like walk around and then fake interview people. Like, yo, you ain't heard his new EP? And just watch people lie out their ass.
For
like,
real,
I know him. He's famous as shit. Like, the best is though when I like for some reason too. I think it's because I live in Pueblo and before this Crestone. People in Denver think that I live in Florida. I don't know why everybody thinks I'm from Florida. Everybody thinks I'm from Florida. They think that I'm visiting. Like, I come to shows in Denver and I'm like walking past the line because Denver Dom always hooks me up with tickets. He's always getting me in and shit. That man's the plug. But I'll like walk past the line and like I was with my homie Quail and he was like, yo, you're low-key famous. Because there's like 10, 15 people that are like, yo, that's Sloppy. Like asking for pictures and shit. That shit feels amazing. But nobody knows I live out here. I'm like super incognito with it. Like,
that's smart though, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, who've like people said you look like?
Oh, everybody, bro. I'm the Walmart Post Malone. Dope. I had to literally when I was at Universal Studios with like Charles Weedle and all them, like me and It's Okay to Cry had to like really convince these foreigners that I was not Post Malone and he was not Lil Pump. Like they dead ass thought we were lying to them. They were like pulling up pictures of Lil Pump and Post Malone on their phone and they're like, "Why you lie to us?" And I'm like, "That's not me."
I guess I can kind of see it with the foreigners, but
I was like, "That's not me." I was like, and that's clearly not Lil Pump.
Definitely not Lil Pump. Maybe Post Malone a little bit,
bro. I get called.
I'd say Seth Rogen, but
Seth Rogen, Michael Cera, Jonah Hill. I get fucking Jonah Hill, all of them, all of that whole group of people. The what's that dude's name? Red from Pineapple Express. I don't know his real fucking name, but I get called him all the time. Like, it's cool. I'll take all of it. I don't care. Like,
so what about Champloo? How did that connection happen? Just investing in your craft and shit, or?
I just hit Champloo up and was like, "What you want for a feature?" And he told me, and I copped the feature from him, and then he's like a real hood dude, bro. Like, like there is no doubt about Champloo's hoodness. I chilled with him after the Ghostman show. I gave him a ride to the airport, and he was like in the middle of tour, and he's like, "I don't even like tour, bro." He's like, "I'd rather go home and make money." I'm like, "All right, bet." And you could tell he's like no hate, bruh's recording like at his house and shit like that. Because when he sends you a feature, there's still like the clicks from the space bar in there. You gotta chop that shit out yourself. Like, but he's like the king of features, bro. He bangs them shits out. He's like, everybody can get a chop up. He does not give a fuck. He's like, you got money, get this feature, bro. Like,
Fiji got a feature. Go check out that JT Running Man. That song's hard. Fucking Champloo. So were you at a show in Denver?
Him and Ghostman.
But he had another one like more recent. Like,
oh no, I haven't been doing shit lately. I've been trapped. I've been just being a dad to keep it real. I like was away from my daughter for like the first year of her life, like really pushing music, doing tour, and this and that, and then like on some real shit, like I came home, And like she just did not appreciate me the way that she appreciated her mother, and that she kind of like hurt my feelings, bro. Like I'm like, damn, and it's understandable. I've been gone and shit, and I'm like, yo, let me fucking gather myself and try to spend some more time with my daughter real quick.
You got to though, yeah.
But now I'm ready. I'm ready to go back out, do more tours, do more shows. She knows who the fuck I am. She loves me. Like I made my imprint and shit. But it did. It hit me hard. Yeah, like it made me feel bad. She always wanted mommy, not daddy. Now she wants daddy too. So that's tight.
Yeah.
But
that's good.
That Chapo show was tight though. It was crazy because he just told me to pull up. And then like, I guess if you have face tattoos and designer on, you can do whatever you want. Because like, I walked past security. I think it was at Cervantes or something like that. I don't remember. I walked past security and dude was like, "Can I help you?" And I was like, "Nah." And he's like, "All right." And I just like walked to the back, walked around, got on stage.
That's funny.
I threw joints off at that one too.
Chapo, like when we were in the green room with him, bro, I was wearing a Cowboys jersey. I'm pretty sure he's a Blood. But like, he just like, there was no beef, of course. Like, he don't know me, but like, I just like, he was just staring at me in this blue jersey, and I'm like, fuck, like this is kind of intimidating. Like, Chapo's a scary motherfucker. Bro, like just looking at him, like he'll give you that look. Like,
he is on some shit too because like when we were in the car, bro, I don't know, like I mean I don't think this is shit talking or nothing, but he dead ass said to me like, if there's demons in your life, call upon God and you could manifest a golden sword and cut them down. And then like 2 minutes later, he called Jesus a bitch because he said that his disciples let him slap him or disrespect him or something like that. I was like, he was just on it, bro. He was like, yo, bro, that shit was an interesting conversation for sure. Like, I was like, in the same sentence, he told me call upon God to manifest a golden sword, but then call Jesus a bitch. I was like, I'm so confused on what's happening right now. Like, the fuck? Yeah. But nah, he's super cool, dude. Like,
yeah, he seems cool. I fuck with his music.
I haven't really met any, like, it's weird that all the, like, real, like, shady and dickhead people that I've met are, like, smaller artists. You know, like, most of the big artists that I've met are, like, super humble, nice people. Poya's super nice. Shakewell is, like...
Young Simi was
bro,
cool.
Shakewell is, like, one of the most genuine, nice people I've met. He's fucking awesome. Smoke Perp was super nice. Trapzilla super nice. Like, all these people that you expect to be, like, big-headed assholes are just super, like, genuine, nice people. Just it's crazy, though. But then you got these other... And it's because they're not humble. But then you got these other people who are just, like, mediocrely big and they act like they're the fucking shit. It's crazy. Like,
I agree with that one for sure.
It's weird. It's a weird
especially
mentality.
The ego in Colorado. But I love Colorado.
Yeah, I love Colorado too. I told you I don't even know no artists out here like that. To be real, I won't stunt and be like, I know all the time. I don't know any Denver artists. I didn't even know that this was like a big scene. To be real, like
I mean, it's really not big yet, but it's coming up for sure. It's on its way up. Talk about, so you were diving into your future moves a little bit. You said you're ready to get back on the road. Talk about some future shows, tours, projects, singles, just any work you got coming out.
Cool. Shout out to the John Pata. That's my new manager. I feel like he's really about to help me fucking make some crazy good moves. You know, like as an artist, I do as much as I can for myself. Ain't nobody gonna promote you the way you're gonna promote yourself. If you're not willing to promote yourself, you're in the wrong fucking business. So, you know, I've done as much as I feel like I've done almost like I'm at my cap for doing stuff for myself. So having a manager who really believes in me and supports me and wants to push me to the next level is gonna make things go crazy. And it just is a whole nother, it's like just so much more professional having somebody else like reach out to people instead of me hitting up this place and be like, hey, can I do a show here? It's like, nah, I got a real manager, you know, like he's doing this and that. But right now, I don't have anything in concrete. Denver's Dom was talking about putting me on this NLE Chopper show. That'd be fucking fire. Talking about getting on The Gathering this year. That would be fucking crazy. It's a big ass Insane Clown Posse festival.
Hell yeah.
And Ouija Mac's gonna be there and Shakewell's gonna be there, so that would be tight to fit right in with that.
Yeah.
My main move this year is visuals. I'm trying to get these things dropped on bigger platforms and shit.
Yeah, facts. I feel like I feel like the number one move is definitely build your own platform like we've been talking about.
Yep.
But I think a good way to build your own platform is by putting, you know, like your music videos out on other platforms to help bring those people to those.
Once you have a decent amount of, it doesn't even matter about like subscribers and views. You know, even if you only have 200 views on each of your videos, once you have a decent amount of content on your own page, it's like smart to put onto a different platform. You know, everybody has different opinions. Opinions are just that. But I personally, like I told you earlier, I don't like how people have they only have videos on bigger platforms. They have no platform built for themselves. So if Trash Can or a Starry or Elevate or what is it? I don't know why I said Trash Can. If Trash or a Starry or Elevator or No Jumper, if these pages get deleted, you know, which is rare, but if they got deleted, a lot of these artists are fucked because they don't have their own platform already, you know? And it's like when you go and you type in like Steven Moses, you heard him? I fucking fuck with his songs heavy, but like he doesn't really have his own platform built like that. Like, and things like that just made me really reevaluate myself, because of course I wanted to jump the gun, get on No Jumper, Elevator, because you know it's gonna pull views. Who doesn't want to post a music video and get 100,000 plays? Let's keep it real. Everybody wants to do that. But wouldn't you feel better getting 100,000 plays on your channel?
Telling you,
like, bro, I'm 150 plays away from 20K on Boneless Drugs. That's not a crazy number, but for my channel, that's fucking fire. I'm hype
about 2,400 views we got on our biggest video so far. So
fire, bro. But yeah,
it's
you
all
have
about
to
those
build your
stepping
own
stones,
shit. But this year I'm trying to hit these other platforms, and it's like what I said. I want, like, it's something in me. I don't know what it is. Probably some kind of fucking mental instability that I have. But I want, like, people back home. I know they get on World Star. I know they go on No Jumper. I know they check out Elevator. I want them to see me up there and just be like, oh shit, that's Sloppy on fucking Elevator or this or that. Like, it's obviously a cool feeling. Everybody wants 1 million plays. Like I said, that video with Maddox and Chapo, like, I'm gonna try to drop that on a bigger channel. I don't think it would benefit me to drop that song on my own channel. You know, like, it would be cool, but
it'll bring people to your channel though.
But
just from
if I drop that on a bigger channel, it gets 1 million plays. You know, even if you do 5% of that, that's a decent amount to transfer over to my channel. Like,
well, this is my favorite question to ask. I ask everyone this. What is one piece of advice you can give to all the entrepreneurs out there chasing their dreams, Mo?
Don't be scared to be uncomfortable and take opportunities to put yourself at risk. If you're scared to take leaps, you'll never make it anywhere.
Period.
If you're scared to invest in yourself, you're in the wrong fucking business, all right? People saying that buying features or promos or placement is cheating. Yeah, interviews. If you don't want to pay this man for an interview, like all that stuff, you say it's cheating. Like I said, bro, McDonald's did not become the biggest fucking fast food restaurant in the world without billboards and commercials. If you're not willing to spend money on yourself, but you'll spend money on fucking Hennessy and shoes and shit like that, you're in the wrong business, bro. Like that money you just spent on that bottle, you could have paid on Instagram promotion and actually did something with yourself. And and just make sure you're not faking more than you really got, because there's so many motherfuckers out here spending all their money on designer but still live with their grandma, and that shit makes no sense. Because you look cool, but as soon as people start calling you out, you look way different. Like, get your priorities straight and believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, you know, I told you, bro, I'm obsessed. You saw when you came in, I type in every day. I go on YouTube and see what new is being put up about me. Like, like, if you're not promoting yourself, if you're not keeping up with it, nobody's gonna promote you like you. Nobody's gonna invest time like you.
I fuck with that. That advice is so key. You really got to be able to invest in yourself. Take those leaps, man. Like, everyone's scared, but you really got to get comfortable being uncomfortable.
If you won't spend the money on your craft, it's either you're broke, which is understandable. You know, you got real bills and you need to pay that instead. Or you simply just don't believe in yourself enough to spend that $200 on your music over a vape jacket. And that's just what it is at the end of the day. And you need to look yourself in the mirror and say, I don't fucking think I'll make it. So that's why I don't spend money on myself. I think that I'll make it. Like, I fully believe that, you know, I may not be as big as fucking, like, you know, Smoke Perp or X, you know, RIP, but I will make it to an extent. I'm gonna be the best that I can be, bro, and ain't nobody gonna stop me. Fuck would I stop myself?
Seriously, be the best you can be. You got any final thoughts, shout outs?
Shout out to y'all, bro. I appreciate y'all coming down. Fucking spam the shit out of this shit.
Oh yeah. We promote it everywhere. My boy Jared over there sleeping.
Yeah, he looks sleep. He ready. I got a whole guest room for them, so they not sleeping foul tonight. Like,
appreciate you. Comment down below who you want to see next on the Mile High Minute. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Go check out Champloo Sloppy. All his music videos. Links will be in the description. Mile High Minute, #1 podcast in the universe. We out. Appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you, bro.